Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a 5 of Pentacles to start us off. Every card has light and shadow, so sometimes this card is a little bit of worry about, the physical things, health and wealth, fitness and finances. But this card is all about movement, right? It's saying that there is change happening in your health and wellness, right? Your fitness, your finances. So I feel that you're someone who is, I always feel like you're looking to settle down something. You're looking to find the stability, okay? You're actively working to make your life better. I think you're pursuing your goals with heart, with gusto. I feel as if you're getting a little tired of the moving around. Okay. Now, I don't know if you've been maybe relocating your life, maybe you've been moving several times in the last few years, or you switched jobs several times in the last few years. But I feel like you've been trying a lot of new things, trying to find something that'll really stick, something that'll really work. Okay. I kind of feel like you're finally going through some old boxes or through some kind of, I don't know if it may a storage unit or something. I feel like there's just a lot of stuff, and it's just like finally getting around to doing something with this, and maybe it's a really big project, right? But you're somebody who is, you enjoy being active. You do very well with change, even though sometimes we get a little tired of it. Sometimes it's hard to get us started, right? But once we get going, we're very good at it. And I think now it's maybe we're looking to say, okay, let's just finish this stuff up and let's find some sort of routine. I feel like there's not a lot of constant things in your life right now. Like there's nothing that's just solid and reliable and always there. There's nothing like routine. There's nothing that we can really predict and that we can really count on at the moment. Okay, so let's put this into some context and let's explore some other energies. What's this going to be doing for, right? What are we doing here? There's the Knight of Wands. So there, I feel something happening quickly. I think that this might be, again, this is the kind of the beginning of this process of change, of going through that storage unit or cleaning out the closet or cleaning out the house or the garage or the basement or the attic or whatever. Finally going through all that stuff, okay? And it might be that, it's just, it's kind of to me it feels weird because we're looking for, there's already a lot going on in your life. I think there's already a lot of this moving around of stuff, and now it feels like you're taking on some new project to like, well, now I'm going to start cleaning out the garage or something, and it's just, we're kind of adding some chaos onto the chaos, right? And this, I think, is this is part of your Leo energy. This is that fixed fire energy. Once the fire's going, we don't want it to go out. We have to keep feeding it with stuff, right? But like I said, you're a fixed fire sign. You're not a cardinal fire sign. You're not a mutable fire sign. So for you, I think it may not be easy always to get started. But once you get started, once that flame is really going, you don't want to end it. You don't want to let it kind of fizzle out and die out. You're the one that stays up all night putting new logs on the fire. Yeah. I feel like this is the log in the fire. This is what we're doing here. We're looking for more things that we can do just to keep the energy going, because maybe there's something that we're trying to maybe that's the kind of constant thing in your life that you have control over. Well, the only thing that I can keep busy, I can count on that, right? When there's nothing else that's really certain, at least you could be certain of that. Yeah. Well, let's keep going. Let's see what's underneath everything. 7 more fire, yeah. And so this is the fire that's burning all of this wood. This is the fire underneath all the change. This is kind of what we're doing. And I was just talking to my daughter about this today, actually. She's 4. It's different context. We were playing. She has this this big recycle truck toy thing, and the little, the recycle workers, and she was starting to put everything in the recycle truck. All the other things from all her, like doll houses and other toys and stuff. I was like, well, all of that is going to be recycled? Like, you're getting rid of all of that stuff? And then she's like, well, I'm the recycle truck driver. That's what I do, And that really resonated with me, because it kind of was vibing with what I sometimes talk about on the channel, where if you're a hammer, everything's going to look like a nail. If you're a recycle truck driver, everything's going to look like something to be recycled, And so it really is part of this energy now, where I think the 7 of Wands is that, where we're in this active energy, this fire energy, this busyness, and we feel like everything needs to be moved. Everything needs to change. Everything needs some sort of, something done to it, right? And that's where 5 of Pentacles, that's where everything, nothing is safe. Nothing is going to be standing still. If anything is kind of stationary, it says, well, I need to shuffle these cards. Oh, I should, I need to unscrew and do all this stuff with my thing. I do need to dust some things in here, but it's kind of this is the energy that keeps going. It's like we're always looking for a challenge. And I think that you're really trying to keep your fire going. So you are looking for something to fix, looking for something to do, looking for something to clean or something to... We're trying to keep busy, basically, is the message, yeah? I don't know why yet, and I don't know what this is leading to, but you're somebody who, while we want the stability, we want things to calm down, we want the routine, you're not somebody that is going to ever stop fighting or stop burning. Like your flame's never going to go out. Like you're not going to let that happen. You're kind of that very solar energy, where it feels infinite. But we're human beings. It's not infinite. All right, let's keep going. Let's put some more cards out here. What's in the past position? 10 of Swords. Okay, well, I think we're getting somewhere now. 10 of Swords. You've just closed the door on something. You've just ended a significant chapter of your life. Okay, I think literally you closed the door on something from your past. Okay, and whether this was the job or the home or the relationship or some sort of some issues that you've been working on, some self-development stuff that you've been going through, but something has kind of reached a conclusion, and I feel like now it's in the past, and so we're kind of trying to stay in this present moment, and we're keeping ourselves busy, because maybe walking away from this, while it was a very good decision, has kind of left you with a little bit of uncertainty. Okay? I don't know what this was, but I feel like it's definitely you've walked away from something. Okay? The previous chapter of your life has been finished, and now we're just kind of keeping the motor going while we figure out how to write the next chapter. Okay? So let's see what is up above everything. 10 of Cups. Well, see, this is what we're aspiring to, the 10 of Cups. We walked away from something here, which this is dry, arid desert, right? This is paradise. This is the oasis. So, when life is drained of all the water energy, it kind of becomes a 10 of Swords, right? And it's kind of, it looks like these are water balloons, and these are the balloons, kind of deflated of all their water, right? And it's kind of, this is very full, this is empty. Okay, so I think your aspiration then is to find or to establish, to invoke, to build, to acquire, a lot of fullness and satisfaction in every area of your life. This is the dream life, right? And I feel sometimes with you, Leo, that you're kind of an all or nothing person, that you either want this 10 of Cups, absolute paradise, beautiful, wish comes true, right? Or nothing. This is either the very best thing I've ever done, or it's going to be the absolute very worst thing I've ever done. And so I think that there's kind of this ideal of perfection for you, which is obviously very good. There's nothing wrong with that, right? We set up this ideal in our hearts and in our minds that this is what I want in life. Okay, and so, maybe that's why right now it feels like we're kind of spinning our wheels, because we're trying to see what path forward is going to be the very best at getting us this 10 of Cups. This is the 10 of Cups. This is going to be something that's going to kind of bring you that satisfaction. This is enough water to kind of put out that fire of chaos, right? And it doesn't mean you're going to not be active anymore, but this is something that's going to satisfy you so much that it's going to really just like put you at ease. It's going to calm all this stuff down, right? And so this is the aspiration. Now, if this card was in a different position in the spread, I would say it's what we don't want that. We don't want to be so overwhelmed with our emotions and with, let's say our intimate relationships or our desires or something, that it kind of puts out this fire of this activity, of all this busyness, all this work that you do. Right. So in some ways we could talk about that, because the 10 of Cups is kind of it's a weird thing, because it's kind of juxtaposed with the 7 of Wands. And it feels like if we get everything we want, is it going to put out the fire of our ambition? And maybe we need to think of it like that, because we want this absolute perfect 10 life. But if you get all this water, are you going to still be hungry for anything? Are you still going to be striving for anything? And that's why in these readings I always say that the 10 of Cups is not my favorite card. I like the 9 of Cups. I like all the 9s, really, because it's progress. It's us doing things. It's a magical number, right? It's an odd number. It's a function. It's an energy. It's a way. It's a Tao. Right? The 10 is that perfect state, which thankfully to me is unattainable. And this is reaching that state of perfection from which there's nowhere else to go, right? From which there's almost, it would be difficult then to have to start back at zero and find the hunger for something else, right? So in a way, we like to have the 9 of Cups, because it's just like you're just like, it's like in any kind of a sport, or like the Olympics. I use this analogy a lot with the Olympics. Very rarely does anybody get a perfect 10, right? The perfect 10 is just like, okay, perfect 10, go retire, But we get 9s, 9.5s, 9.67, 9.8, 9.99999. And it leaves that little bit of room to say, all right, next time I'm going to do even better, right? But where do we go from the 10? The 10 is kind of like this energy, this cycle is completed, it's crystallized. There's nowhere else for it to go except in the scrap heap, right? So it's kind of, and maybe this is it. Maybe you've achieved some sort of pinnacle, some sort of perfection in this last chapter. You've done everything you could. You had your 10 of Cups in the past, and now it's become a 10 of Swords. And so it could be that we are building up this fire again to figure out what's the next 10 of Cups to go pursue. Well, let's see what's in the future for us. The High Priestess. I think there's an intuitive way forward. I think this is kind of, this is leading you to your next path. And it could be that we've closed the door on something in the past that, we had that kind of climactic moment, and then it's kind of just deflated, and we have to find the next path forward. And the moon here, this is a full moon energy. This high priestess leads us directly to the crown, directly from our human heart to the crown of the divine energy. And so this energy is leading you. This high priestess is trying to lead you through your intuition, through signs and symbols and synchronicities, trying to lead you to your highest, ultimate mission and pursuit and goal, the real purpose and destiny in your life. So this past chapter, yeah, it might have been perfect 10, but this one, this is kind of like, this is now you're on a higher plane. Now you're in the spiritual realm, right? And this is absolute, unity with your highest conception of God, goddess, deity. This is the ultimate spiritual experience that the high priestess is leading you toward. At least that's the potential. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking toward. We're looking kind of like, we're okay, Spirit. What could you lead me to that's going to be better than what I had? What could you lead me to that's going to be, that's going to top this last one, And so I feel like that's kind of what we're asking for. But let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. We're going to take a look at the path of the serpent now, and as I do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps out the channel, and I'm very, very grateful for that. So thank you. General energy now. The universe. The idea of time and space is kind of, this is kind of like we set our own parameters for things. Okay. I was reading Ouspensky last night, and I came across the part in his book where he says that time and space are constructs of our human perception. That in order for us to perceive anything as being anything, we by necessity put it into space where it can be separated as two things on the table can be separated. And we put it in the context of time. So it's that's the only thing that really makes change possible, right? Is the fact that something is doing something, and in order for anything to happen, there has to be space and time, right? Because that's how we can perceive motion. That I'm changing, I'm from here, and then my hand moves over here, right? It happens 1 or 2 seconds across the span of time. And it's moving through space, right? And so this card is kind of your perception of everything in your life. And to me, this kind of is also talking about that kind of black and white or either or thinking, that really is part of the tens that we have here. And it's almost as if this has happened before, and we're looking for this to happen again in the future, right? But what we're really doing now is kind of living in this infinite moment, and it almost feels as if we are outside of time and space. Okay, because we are, I think, starting new projects. We're trying to keep busy. We're just doing. But what we really need to do is find our way forward in time and space. We need to kind of, we need to get out of this. I feel like this is somebody who's really just staying in place, spinning wheels, like just, very busy. And it could be that you're moving through time and space. That's not what I mean. But this having an openness to the field of possibilities. Okay. The universe card. It almost feels as if we're stuck in the present in a way. where everything is just kind of happening now, everything's happening all at once, and everything's happening in the same place. That there's no idea of forward motion here, right? There's no idea of something unfolding. And so it's kind of like, I want the Ten of Cups, or if it's not the Ten of Cups, then it's the Ten of Swords, and that all is happening right here, right now. And I think the High Priestess is trying to guide us forward, trying to show us how this is going to have to unfold for us. Let's see. Let's look at the next card. I'm very interested in this. I feel like you've got a very like quantum kind of mind, you know, very like, I don't know, very philosophical. I feel like you have a deep mystery of the world that you're kind of contemplating or something. There's a perception of the kind of quantum world. There's a perception of the world outside of time and space. And I think what that translates to is that we're in this liminal space. We're in between the past and what's coming in the future, and we're just kind of burning our fuel right here in this infinite moment. Perhaps by keeping busy, by being very active, by always looking for something to do and starting new things, and it's just kind of like we at some point got to put all that down, and we've got to travel forward. But let's see what the next card is. In the environment we have, there we go. There we go. We've got some movement now. We've got a Knight of Cups. Okay? This card is all about giving and receiving of energy. There's movement here. There's time and space here. See, we see the Five of Pentacles and we think, well, that's movement, right? That's change. But is this actually change, or is this just us just moving things around? You know? I don't see progress with that. But now we've got a different element, and we've got a court card, the first court card. So I feel like this is us reaching outside of ourselves, kind of getting back into the 3-4 dimensional world, kind of, but getting back into the manifested plane, right? And extending ourselves outside of ourselves. In some ways, this card is all about the giving and receiving of love and affection. This card is about giving your gift to the world. But it's about making connections. Yeah. It's about coming out of, I think, this fiery energy and extending our water, extending, that love, that connection, that kind of very intuitive, very, very high priestess. So with this card in the environment here, I feel like these two cards are very connected. I feel like the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Cups. You're putting down your hammer and anvil, right? You're putting down your fire and earth, and you are connecting with someone on an intimate emotional level. Okay? I feel like this is you making a lot of personal bonds, friendships, romantic connections, intimate connections, family members, friends. This is you, we're putting this stuff down. It's almost like put the boxes down, whatever it is that it's kind of like, I said that you're the one that sits around the campfire and you're just feeding it logs all night, right? And that's just kind of something, it feels like it's eternal, right? This combination of these cards is saying, put down the logs, put the last one on the fire, and then go join the other campers. Go have fun. Go talk to somebody, right? Go out and express yourself. Okay, so it kind of feels like we are in this limbo kind of thing where we just keep burning the fuel. We just keep burning the fire. We keep the fire going, but we're ready for that next phase coming. We're ready for we're ready for the next journey. What is the obstacle to all of this? Three of Pentacles. We've been getting the Three of Pentacles as the obstacle a lot lately. It's Mars in Capricorn. So in a way, this is kind of fiery and earthy too. It's kind of like the obstacle, I think, is is taking all of this fuel, all of this, we're just sitting here putting logs on the fire, right? The difficulty is taking this fire energy and putting it towards something that's going to move us forward in time. See, the three, we think the Three of Pentacles, maybe we think 3 dimensions, right? Could be. But also the 3 is representing something that is as yet unmanifest. The 3s are all potential. Something internal, something's potential, something is not yet a 4. It's not yet manifested in the world of the 4 elements, you know. So to me, it feels like there is a lot of activity, but not a lot of progress, not a lot of movement in a particular direction. There's a lot going on, but we have yet to really take that first step into the world, into this new energy. Okay. There we go. There we go. 6. Now we've got a 6 of Pentacles. So if we overcome that, if we get back to the world, right? I mean, there's that universe. Get yourself back out into the world. I think here it's kind of a lot of busyness, like I said. And then over here, it's like, it's not fire anymore, right? Over here is water and earth. It's making connections. It's putting ourselves out there. It's re-entering the world. I almost wonder if this is kind of, if this whole spread is the inside of the Hermit card. Okay? Because we have closing the door to something else. We have the burning of the interior light, which may be a lot of just kind of busyness in your personal life, by yourself, in your home, that sort of thing. But then realizing that that inner light is guiding us somewhere, and we kind of eventually have to re-enter the world, make connections again, start cooperating again, and we're going to get that jackpot. This is the best news. This is, I think, a lot of good luck is entering your life if we follow our intuition and you understand when it's time to kind of stop tending the fire and get out and make these connections, make your friendships, and talk to your people and strengthen the bonds that you have with your people. The 6 of Pentacles is cooperation. It's everybody in harmony. This is a very successful life. I think that this is, I think your wish comes true. Okay, you're finding the next path that's going to lead you to this highest attainment. Okay, we have to be careful about our expectations. And the way that we kind of say, well, if this isn't a perfect 10, then it's nothing. Then I don't want it, right? And so, you know, maybe we're kind of looking for, and maybe that's why there's been a lot of movement, different jobs, different relationships, different homes, you know, because we get there and we think, this is not a perfect 10. I'm out of here, right? You move into a new place and you just think, well, you know, the floor is kind of scratched over there. I'm out of here. You know, we'll find something. 7 of Wands. We'll find something to not like about it. We'll find some flaw that takes it from a 10, perfect 10, to a 9.9, and we think, oh, it's trash, you know? So let's think about that. Let's look at the mystery card, though. Thank you, Tiny Bob Ross. If you have a prediction for this card, put it in the comments down below. Looking at all of these energies here, I really would like to see some water energy other than the 10, right? I mean, we could see a 3, but I think a 6 of cups would be ideal here. Okay, wish comes true. The best news entering your life, that this is, you know, you're finding something that has that routine. The 6 of Pentacles is great. It's cooperation, it's routine, it's everything in a kind of functional, successful harmony. It's like everybody at work is working together and we're making money, right? Water energy. No, 3 of Swords. It's a 3, though. And I think that this is... we have the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords, okay? And the 3 of Swords, again, it's potential energy. This is the potential for heartbreak. This is the potential for disappointment, the potential for sorrow. And it could be that, is this why you've been staying here tending to the fire rather than venturing out into the world, following the guiding light of spirit, following your intuition and making connections and trying again, and going after our highest ideal of love or beauty or joy or bliss or happiness. It could be that, well, there's always a potential that you're going to be disappointed or hurt. All right? And I think that the Three of Swords is, since it's the memory, I think we're very much remembering what this was like or why this ended and how good it was, and then it was over. And that's always a really bad moment in life, right? When you have something really, really good and then it ends. And maybe the memory of that is kind of keeping us here. I've just got to, I can't go out and do this stuff. I'm too busy here. I've got to unpack these boxes. I've got to, I'm looking for something that is absolutely perfect so I don't get hurt again. And I'm never going to find it, so I just keep moving. Just keep moving on, right? Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there should be a link in the corner. There's one down below. New readings for Leo every Tuesday and Saturday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free, doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.